Are you curious what are the best first-time homebuyer neighborhoods in Cypress, Texas? Well, today we're going to be talking about just that. Hi y'all, my name is 𝗕𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗟, broker, owner of 𝗕𝗟𝗡𝗚, where my goal at 𝗕𝗟𝗡𝗚 isn't just to be your realtor, it's to be your resource. So one of these resources that I like to share with you is my blog. And if you're not new to the channel, you've heard me talk about the blog a ton. It's actually just my website where I try to write 5 to 10 different blog posts for y'all every single day. I really love writing content for y'all, and I try to bring you some of these blog posts via video, even though they might be a little boring. So I am actually going to physically be referencing the blog post. So keep in mind the link is going to be down below, with also a link to schedule a call with me when you're ready to move forward. So I was able to take out a family over the weekend, and we were in Cypress, and I got to rediscover what an amazing place Cypress is. I used to live in the Katy portion in Cypress ISD, and it just really has changed and grown and just like continued to be all at the same time, right? But continue to be a really good option. So there are some portions that are technically, in most people's opinions, so I don't think you can be technically and in an opinion, but that I personally think aren't as nice as other areas. The school ratings are a little bit lower. But this list is an amazing list, and I think you should consider everything on this list because I did a ton of research to make sure this list was a really good one for y'all to consider. So number one is Coles Crossing, and I am going to be bringing up tax rates because I think that's super important. The lower your tax rate, the more home you can afford. And I think when you're buying your first home or starter home, I think you should really focus on affordability and maximizing the home you get for your money. So with my whole entire heart, I think Cypress, and where I live, but Cypress, you have way more options. The affordability in Cypress is off the charts. I really think Cypress is my new best kept secret. That's kind of something I like to say here on the channel, but Cypress, and then this one neighborhood close to where I live called 𝗕𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗏. I'm pushing 𝗕𝗟𝗡𝗏 right now. I think it's amazing. I'm not steering anyone, but I'm making sure they know about 𝗕𝗟𝗡𝗏 because great schools and really conservative prices. But anyways, we're talking about Cypress today. You know I like to get off track, and those little tangents are like squirrels for me. But Coles Crossing, 2.53%. That is a really amazing property tax rate. And so I definitely wanted to recommend Coles Crossing, and it has amazing amenities. What I love about these neighborhoods of Cypress, and this is what I told my client, there are so many neighborhoods that have these lower price homes, but not a ton of them. And then you can move up to these higher price homes if that's something in your plan. So Coles Crossing is an amazing neighborhood if you want to live there long term. Same with Copperfield. I adore Copperfield. Copperfield is one of my favorite neighborhoods. You have really good shopping, some restaurants, and HEB, and a lot of easy access to Houston. You're not too far from 290. So Copperfield. Next in the tax rate in Copperfield is 2.32 and 2.62. If you watch some of my videos, I used to hold an iPad and I would reference the iPad, but I gave it to my son, and then I used to print things out, but then I took it to the office. So Jordan needs a new printer, so we're looking at the computer screen today, and then my phone is here in front of me. But Cypress Mill is 2.76, and then you have Deerfield Village. Deerfield Village used to be my husband's favorite neighborhood when he first moved to Houston. But Deerfield Village has a really low tax rate of 2.25. That's amazing, y'all. Next on the list, I really do love all these neighborhoods. Next on the list is one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's called Fairfield. It's right off of 290. It is huge, great amenities, really easy access to everything. I love Fairfield. I listed out some of the amenities, including the Fairfield Athletic Club, tons of greenbelt trails, sidewalks, community lakes, neighborhood parks, playgrounds. Most of the neighborhoods I recommend to y'all are going to have amenities. Every single, I think that was my number one requirement, was you can't make it on the list unless you have a neighborhood swimming pool. So maybe you can't, maybe it's not within your budget at this time to get a swimming pool, but all of these neighborhoods have swimming pools. So I thought that was super important for surviving here in Texas. So tons of amazing amenities. I wish y'all could see my hands because you know I like to talk with my hands, but tons of amazing amenities in Fairfield. Next on the list is Hearthstone. It's across the highway from Fairfield. from Copperfield. I have a feeling the schools aren't as good in Hearthstone as Copperfield, but they're pretty darn close, and you have a tax rate of 2.51%. And if I remember correctly, there's a golf course over there, but you do have to remember that a very small portion of it flooded. So that's important to note. And then you have Lakewood Forest. I adore Lakewood Forest. Now keep in mind, Cypress is huge. So Lakewood Forest is nowhere near Hearthstone and Copperfield. You're probably 20 minutes apart. So a lot of areas, my hair is crazy today. A lot of these areas are going to, like all of these cities are very large. So you've heard me talk about it before. Cypress is very big, and I mean to say Spring. Spring is very big, and so is Cypress. I love Lakewood Forest. It's pretty darn close to where I live. Tax rate in Hearthstone, did I tell you that? 2.51, and then Lakewood Forest 2.45. So tennis courts, swimming pool, you name it, they have it in Lakewood Forest. It's a very established area. Everything on the list is super established. A tiny bit newer would be Coles Crossing in Fairfield. Everything else is very established, really beautiful trees, especially Copperfield and Lakewood Forest. Next on the list is going to be Stablewood Farms at 2.94%. So that's going to, I think that's the highest one tax rate wise, but a children's pool, community pool, different parks and trails and splash pad and basketball court, and it's a really nice place to live. Last on the list is Windsor at 2.56%. So Conroe is an amazing area with a great school district. I definitely recommend it. It's my little best kept secret. There's so many housing options in Cypress right now, and I'm not seeing very many options anywhere else, especially with good schools. So if you're looking for affordability, I definitely recommend Cypress right now. It's my new little sweet spot of where I'm selling. Cypress and the Woodlands, those are pretty hot for me, and then where I live in the Klein area. But again, my name is 𝗛𝗓𝗟𝗟𝗢, broker owner of 𝗑𝗓𝗄, where my goal at 𝗑𝗓𝗄 isn't just to be your realtor, it's to be your resource. So in a second, you're going to see a couple links pop up here, a couple videos, and then down below you're going to see tons of links, including a link to schedule a call with me. I would love to jump on the phone with you if you're thinking about moving to the Houston suburbs. Yeah, subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye guys.